Hey everyone, welcome back to Sham's Makeup Artistry. Today I'd like to share with you my September favorites. Yes, we are already almost into the end of the year, so I do have a couple of stuffs that I've been trying throughout the month of September, so I'd like to share them with you. Some of them which I'm going to share with you today are pretty new to my collection. Some of them are my all-time favorites, so let's very quickly get into it. So I'm going to start with a face primer, and it's by Tatcha. You probably already know if you have been watching me or you've been seeing all my updates on Instagram. This primer is something that I got myself very recently, so I definitely wanted to share an update on this face primer. Just to warn you, this primer is on a higher price point range, so I was very hesitant to get this primer at the very first go. I was really cracking my head whether or not I should get this face primer, but as I was watching a lot of reviews and I've also seen a lot of YouTubers raving about it, it definitely got me into getting this face primer. I will list down all the price details on the description bar below. So this is how the face primer looked like. This is by Tatcha, and this is their Silk Canvas Face Primer. It says that it's a filter finish protective face primer, and it has 20 grams of product, and it's made in Japan. I'm actually wearing the face primer below my foundation today, and this is how the face primer looks like. It has like a cream base, and I have already dug into it. It also comes with a spoolie which looks like this, so you have to get the product out. So I get very tiny little bit. Again, speaking about high price point, I definitely want to be very careful when I use this particular primer. For me personally, I do feel that this face primer makes my skin looks good. Like, I have a flawless looking skin, and I do not have like tons of large pores to justify for that, because I heard many YouTubers mentioning that it covers their enlarged pores. I have those just around this area, very little, so I can't justify for that. But it does give a beautiful canvas for my foundation. But I would not vouch for it and say that it's a die must-have kind of face primer, if that does make sense to you guys. So for me, it's kind of like a luxury purchase. Unless or not you would want to try it, or you don't mind spending the money on it, then you may want to try out this one. But again, it's not like a die must-have kind of face primer. Now moving on to foundations, I do have 3 foundations that I've been rotating. The very first one is from Maybelline, and this is their up to 24 hours foundation, and I'm in the shade Toffee Caramel, which is 330. So I kind of like this foundation on the day that the weather was much more humid, because this foundation lasts all day on my skin, and tiny little bit goes a long way, because this kind of like looks like a full coverage foundation on my skin. So I've been really enjoying this foundation, and the shade matches my skin perfectly, so I've been digging into this one. I did do a review on a stick formula version of the Maybelline foundation, but I prefer the liquid version of it. So the other 2 foundations that I've been enjoying is pretty much an oldie but a goodie for most of you. One of it is the Dior Forever foundation. I have never been able to put away this foundation. This foundation has an SPF of 35, and I am in the shade 045. So this is like a staple kind of foundation for me. And the other foundation has to be the Dior Face and Body Foundation. And this one, I've been using it like with my fingers. I dab it with my fingers over my face area, and then on the second layer, I go on top of like with a brush and then blend it into my skin. So I've been enjoying this foundation as well. This foundation kind of looks like skin, so I really like the foundation, and it also lasts me throughout the day that I'm wearing the foundation. The Dior Forever, however, it's much more like a luminous kind of finish for my skin type. I do have a combination to dry skin. Now moving on to concealers, I've been using the same concealers on and on. I have kind of like disowned my other concealers, and this is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This concealer has to be my favorite one, and for the dark areas of my face, I'm using the shade Chestnut, And to highlight my under eye area and also the areas of my face, I'm using the shade Warm Sand. So I really love this concealer. It doesn't dry up the face area and neither does it look cakey. It looks really flawless on the face area. So I've been really enjoying this. I must say that this concealer has to be my favorite of all the concealers that I have personally tried out thus far. Up next is an eyeshadow primer and it's by Fenty Beauty, and this is their Pro Filter Amplifying Eye Primer in the shade Invisi Pink, and it's an 8 ml of product. It's kind of not like a pinky kind of shade, it's just like a whitish kind of shade. But it does have like a pink sheen, if that does make sense to you guys. Even if I swatch it at the back of my hand, it kind of looks white. This eye primer kind of has like a weird scent to it, but it does its job. Like for me, I have problem with eyeshadows just sliding off my eye area. But with this eye primer, I feel that the eyeshadows show up much more beautifully on the eye area. And the shadows kind of not disappear and they last all day. So it's pretty vibrant when you apply it. So I kind of like this primer for that reason. Now let's move on to eyeshadows. The very first one that I've been using throughout the month of September has to be the Norvina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And of course the palette has gone a little bit dirty because it's velvet packaging. And it's pretty to look at, but it does get dirty over time. So these are all the shades that are in the Norvina palette. I personally enjoy all the shades. I kind of feel that this palette is very well made, but I do not find myself like being a die-hard fan of it. I kind of did like it. Like I see myself keep reaching out for it, but I would not vouch for it. I hear a lot of people raving about this eyeshadow palette. But I personally felt that the Soft Glam palette was much more of my favorite than the Norvina palette, though I did love it throughout the month of September, if that does make sense. But all the shades are very pretty. Again, they work really well on the eye area. They do have fallouts because they're very softly milled. I wouldn't say that it's because it's bad, it's just very softly milled. That's why they kind of have fallout, but they do not have fallout under the eye area. If you kind of like dab away the product and then you apply on the eye area, you are good to go. So I was enjoying this palette. And the other palette that I was enjoying throughout the month of September has to be from Sigma. This is their Warm Neutral Volume 2 eyeshadow palette. Sigma actually sent me a whole bunch of goodies, so this one was one of it, and I kind of like was keeping it in my vanity, and then I slowly started using it and I really liked it. And this is how the shadows look like. They kind of have all the warm neutral shades, and they do have like a green shade which is right here, which I tend not to use all the time, but most of the neutral shades are the ones that I have reached out for, and their pigmentation is really good on these eyeshadows, and I've been liking these eyeshadows. I tend to reach out for this palette on everyday kind of basis. Like I pick out all the neutral shades and just blend on my crease area, and then one shimmer shade, and I'm good to go for the entire day. So this one was my pick for the month of September. Now let's move on to a highlighter that I was using throughout the month of September, and it has to be from Becca, and this one is in the shade Opal. So this one is of course an oldie but a goodie, but I've been really digging into it because I just wanted something to show like a bam kind of look on my skin. So I went on using this non-stop in the month of September because it kind of adds the glow to your skin when your skin tend to look dull. So I kind of really liked this highlighter, and I would recommend this for any skin tone. It has a beautiful finish, but you want to be very careful because they are really pigmented, and this is how it looks like. It's beautiful yet again that I want to just apply it on my face. Right now I'm actually wearing another highlighter which is kind of like a highlighter powder, which I want to share it with you guys. It's not like a favorite of mine, but it's just an update, and it's by Laura Mercier, and this one is their translucent. They call it translucent glow powder, but I do not feel that this is a powder. It's kind of like an highlighter. This is what I'm wearing on my face area, so it's kind of like it have like a glow to it. This one is in the shade translucent. I believe they have another one in the shade deep. If you can see, it also gives like a shine to the face area, so it's not like a powder. You cannot use this to set your entire face. You probably will be like a glitter ball, but you can use this on the areas that you want to highlight your face. It will look really, really pretty on the skin. I got the mini size of it, like a free mini size, instead of like a huge full size of a powder, because they came to again be a powder. Even the highlighter being this size, I think I would not finish using it forever, so I rather skip that. Now let's move on to two eyeliners that I've been enjoying throughout the month of September. The very first one has to be the Marc Jacobs. This is their eyeliner in the shade Earthquake, and this is a deep brown eyeliner. I kind of skip using black eyeliner most of the days, and this one works just fine like a black eyeliner for me. It's very intense. I kind of use it on my inner rim, my lower lid, and it works perfectly for me as a black eyeliner, and they're very intense. And it's very creamy, so it's easy. It doesn't tug on your eye area, so it's much more easier to work on when you're on a rush. And the other eyeliner that I've been using throughout the month of September has to be from Fenty Beauty. This is their longwear liquid eyeliner in Fly Liner, and I have been really liking this one. The reason why I've been really liking this is because you can work on the best wing eyeliner with this particular eyeliner pen. It is so sturdy and it's so easy to work with it. It's very liquidy when you try to apply it, but then it dries matte, and I've been really liking this one. I kind of feel that many eyeliner looks easy, but when you tend to apply it, they get messy everywhere, especially when you're on a rush. But this one makes me feel so confident that I can do it. I can do a wing eyeliner on that particular day. So this has to be my reach out for. Lastly, I'm going to finish it off with some of the lip products that I've been enjoying throughout the month of September. I kind of want to keep it very short, and I have three lip products with me. The very first one is from Maybelline, and this is their SuperStay Matte Ink in the shade Ruler, and this is more of like a mauvey shade, and it kind of looks a little bit pink on me as well, but I've been really liking this. So it has like a pinky mauvey kind of finish to it. I kind of love the finish of this matte ink by Maybelline. They do not dry the lips, and they wear so comfortably on the lips. Sometimes I don't even realize that I have it on, so I've been really liking this one. The scent of it has like a vanilla fruity kind of scent to it, so I'm very comfortable with those kind of scent, so this is definitely a must-have. The other two lip stuff that I've been enjoying throughout the month of September has to be from Kevyn Aucoin, and this is their Molten Lip shade in the shade Julia. Hands down the best reddish orange that I personally own, and I've got tons of compliment wearing this particular shade. Let me just do a swatch of it. Again, these are very comfortable on the lips, and I love it. I kind of really love it. I personally feel that this shade, you can rock it throughout the year. Even during fall or winter, you can rock this shade. It's a beautiful reddy orange shade. The next one is also from Kevyn Aucoin, and this is in the shade Kate. This one has more of like a burgundy shade to it, and this is how it looks like. So these are my essential kind of shade for the fall. So definitely check this out, because sometimes we want something to feel comfortable on the lips. As much as you want to wear matte lipsticks during the fall and winter, you want something that doesn't dry up your lips. So these ones have to be something that you would want to check them out. So I do hope that you found my September favorites and updates on some of the products that I've been trying out being helpful for you guys, and hope you enjoyed my September favorites. To my very next one, stay beautiful, gorgeous, and now give me a thumbs up, share all your love and support, and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.